after the coronavirus. So today we are going to discuss this topic, and this topic is very much interesting for the school leaders, for the school teachers, everybody who is related to the schools, for the government. So this is a very important topic. First of all, we have to discuss the first is 5 tests when the school will be reopened. These tests are given by the British government, and these tests are going to decide whether they are going to open the school or not. First of all, test rates are dropping. When they will find that the test rates are dropping, so they will decide to reopen the school. The second one is infection rates are falling to the manageable level. And the third one is there is no risk of second wave of coronavirus. The government increased ability to fight the coronavirus, and there is a sufficient facility and equipment to deal with the patients. So these are the 5 criteria which the governments in the world are going to see whether they are going to start the schools or not. Especially the British government, they have announced that they are going to see all these measures before opening the schools. The next one is the principles for returning to the school after the COVID-19. First of all, there's a necessity of you can call the safety and mental and emotional and physical well-being of staff, students, teacher, everybody. So continuing contribution to the national effort and strategy to fight the spread of COVID-19, having the confidence of the parents and students and staff members, and based on evidence that they can come back to the school. And secondly, there will be also some of the cases where some of the students were unable to get the online education effectively. So they are facing problem. They are not able to get the effective education. So it is needed that they should come on campus and get this training and get the education in schools. Having guidance in place to support, these are very much important in this regard for the government to support these measures. For example, when the children are going to come, they have to follow these measures of social distancing in the schools. Recently, there are some examples of Denmark where they opened the school, and what they have done, they have taken some precautions, some measures of safety. You can see in those pictures how they are greeting in the school, and there are sanitizers available at the school gate, and in different activities the school and the teachers, they are enforcing social distancing, and the students are also learning how to do this social distancing, so they are getting the training. So it is very much important that to train the student regarding the social distancing. Now the other thing is that school buildings SOPs approved by the local authorities, so different government in the world, and they are going to adopt different SOPs. For example, the cleanliness of school is the most important priority in this regard. Before opening of school, there are certain measures required to be taken by the school. When the school will be opened, so what they are going to do in the school during the school time, there must be a schedule for the cleanliness of school, for looking after the all staff members and the students. And after the school, when a school is closed, what measures they have to take. So these are very much important. And the areas where the staff members are going to work and where the students are going to be placed, so these areas are very much important where the learning will happen. So for example, the classrooms, the offices, washrooms, labs, play areas, staff rooms, activities areas. So all these areas are going to be looked after, and security and first of all the safety is the first priority in these areas. So the schools are going to look after these areas. Schools should adhere to strict social distancing and hygiene rules in all these areas. So these are must for the school after the COVID-19. When the schools are going to open, the schools are going to follow these fields and areas. Establishing isolation or caring rooms in the schools. So this is an idea, and some of the schools are going to follow these ideas. The school should have isolation room. If the kid or kids come with symptoms of COVID-19, they should keep their child there and call parents, guardian to immediately to pick the child from the school, and then the parent will take child to the hospital for further medical checkup, and school must not provide any medication to the child. Now, some of the measures which are very much important, the schools have to look after these areas. First of all, the gates, student wearing mask and gloves, students to directly go to their classes, sanitizer must be available at the gates and other related areas. School may also ask the parents to send their kids with sanitizer. It is very much necessary now. The kids must also learn that they are in a certain situation, so they are also going to learn how to live with the coronavirus. Classes, students to sit at the distances in the classes, students are not to share their lunch boxes, etc. Student to bring their own water bottles. Only one student can leave the class, for example, to leave the class at a time when there is need, for example, for the washroom or something else. So one student at one time must leave the class. At backup time, it is very much necessary. Schools should take some measures here. Speakers to be installed in the building, student to remain separate in their classes, a guard to announce, the school guard, or there is some person at the gate who should announce the names from the gate, the student to leave the class one by one, keeping distance from each other. Similarly, this is also important that the schools are going to decide about the class division with the timing, adjustment in the timetable as per school strength, as they feel appropriate according to their environment and area. Now, these SOPs are very much important for the schools, and they have to look after for these. Teaching staff and general staff training. It is very important to teach the training staff, and training of the teaching staff is very important, how they are going to face the situation. Teaching and staff working in the school should be a role model. They should themselves follow the instructions of care and hygiene rules. They should be trained about the symptoms, how to make aware the student about these symptoms and everything about it, how to adopt caring precautions, and they should be provided with the mask, gloves, sanitizers, etc. Staff should train about use of gloves, gowns, and eye protection, so that they are able to follow the instruction. Now, it is very much important for the cleanliness staff, so that they must look after the cleanliness of the school. Hard surface cleanup, very much necessary. Use gloves, gowns, and eye protection to clean up the spills. Apply on the absorbent to soak up the infectious material. So this is very much important, that the cleanliness staff, they must learn how they are going to do different things in this situation. Even there is some glass broken in the school, or glassware is broken, they are not going to pick up by the hand, but rather they must use the brush or dustbin to pick up these. Pick the moist absorbent over there, clean the spill area with the general purpose cleaner, and try to remove the grass filth from there. And similarly, they have to disinfect the areas with the bleach. Place the towel which was used for cleaning into the regulated waste. So the schools, they have to look after the cleanliness of the school, and this they should train their cleanliness staff how to clean the school, how to make things good for the student, how to follow the hygiene rules. So it is very much important to train those cleanliness staff working in a school. Now, it is also important, after coronavirus, canteens and cafes should be closed in the school. Student and staff should bring their own lunch boxes or eatable from the homes. Similarly, if the school is having the cooking area or the kitchen, it should not be operating during these times. But if the school feels that they are in certain need of that kitchen or that cooking area, then they have to follow the precautions of safety and care. Learning activities in the school. School is basically a building where all the learning activity happens. So in these learning activities, there's need to take a lot of precautions when the kids are going to return to the school. Make to sit children on a separate desk, minimum 2 meter distance, spacing among the desks, social distance activities, avoid activities of too many kids together, no morning assembly. In short, we can say that no lines and no crowds. This concept must be followed while in teaching, while doing teaching and learning activities in the school. Make parents feel that they should not be panicked. It is very much important that the parents to guide the parents. Listen to the parents, because parents have concern about their kids, and these concerns are very much natural. Request the parents not to visit again and again the school. They must use the telephone, and they can contact the school through telephone or email, but they should not visit again and again. Advise the parents through the circulars to take precaution at homes, and they also take some precaution and safety measures while dropping their kids to school and at the pack-up time when they pick their children from the school. So these are the instructions which the parents are going to follow. Parents need to trust the school and the government. It is very much important. Without trust, nothing is going to happen. So the parents have to trust, and this trust is going to be developed by the school. We have to live with the coronavirus. This is a reality, and we must understand this reality, and we have to protect ourselves from this coronavirus. Train teachers in diagnosing. What are the symptoms of coronavirus? How do I take the temperature if the child is found with the coronavirus symptom? Don't be panic. Report immediately to the school head with the kid or kids at once. School head must follow the precautions. The school must provide the gloves and mask to the student immediately. Then the school head must call the parents to pick the child from the school. So this is very much important for the school head to follow these instructions. During this time, child should be kept in isolation and care room before handing over the child to the parents. Now these symptoms should be understood by the teachers, and they should know what are the symptoms of the coronavirus: high temperature, cough, breathing difficulties. So the teacher must be aware about these symptoms. Secondly, the teachers should also know how to take the temperature through the armpit, through the mouth, through the ear, how they are going to take the temperature of the child. So this is necessary. The teacher should have the know-how about it. Coronavirus, how to protect your mental health. It is very important for the teaching staff, for all the community related to the school, including students, parents, and school leadership. So they have to protect their mental health. Limit the news and be careful what you read. Limit the amount of time you spend on reading the newspaper or watching things which aren't making you feel better. Perhaps decide on a specific time to check in with the news. Have breaks from the social media and mute things which are triggering. For example, the Facebook, the WhatsApp, or the Twitter messaging. If you feel that they are triggering you and they are destroying your mental peace, so don't go for them. Take break from these things. At the end, I would like to say this is our world, and we have to face problem of this world. Coronavirus is a reality, and we have to learn to live with this reality, but with safety and care. This is the truth of the time. So we have to be careful because we have to live with the coronavirus. There is no vaccination available for it, so we have to take the precautions and we have to take care of about our health, and we have to learn these things, and similarly we have to teach these things to our students, to the parents, to the school community. That is what the role of the school is. The role of the school is to give the awareness. If the schools are going to be successful, it means that you can win this battle against the coronavirus. Please like our channel. If you like our this short training about the world after the coronavirus and especially the schools after the coronavirus, do share your feedback with us in the below comments and write to us. So sending you a socially distancing hug from our side. Bye bye.